This video contains spoilers for The Quarry, obviously. Hello everybody and welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel. I'm Nicholas and I recently started my gaming channel, and the first playthrough slash project that I'm doing is Supermassive Games' newest title, The Quarry. I've already finished playing through the game and it was a blast. It was such an enjoyable time and I would 100% recommend it to any horror game fan out there. And while I haven't finished uploading the entire playthrough just yet, I did upload my chapter 8 video earlier today, in which we sadly had to witness the death of Abigail at the hands of a turned werewolf Emma due to my fatal mistake of running instead of shooting. But this isn't what you're really here for, right? Because the title and thumbnail are clearly talking about a bug, and I think I've discovered a bug that led to this fatal mistake even becoming a possibility. Because yeah, while it is my fault that Abigail died here, after finishing the playthrough and watching through the recordings, I realized that my Emma got never bitten and therefore shouldn't be infected, which means the sequence should not even be happening in the first place. So when and where exactly did this bug even occur, and what could be the trigger for it to appear? While Emma can die in chapter 4, 8 and 10, there are only 2 chapters and 3 possible moments in which she can be bitten and therefore infected, 2 of those being in chapter 4 and the third and final one in chapter 6. In chapter 4, you would have to either mess up the QTE, in which Emma would drop a shelf in front of the werewolf, or fail the ace spam event when climbing up the ladder to the trapdoor. Generally, there are a lot of moments in the game where you need to fail very specific quick time events or odd events to trigger infections to take place, and honestly, the default settings make it so easy to hit those events that on your first blind playthrough you just rarely, if ever, encounter those moments. Funnily enough though, the third and final time Emma can get infected depends on the choice, because in chapter 6 you get the choice to either run or hide as the hunters drop down the captured Nick while Caleb is close by. If you decide to hide, the hunters will talk to you, but you will get safely away. Now if you choose to run, like I did in my playthrough, you will be jumped by Caleb, and if you don't have fireworks left to use unlike I did, he will not kill but bite you, which would lead to an infection and transformation in chapter 9. Funnily enough though, unlike for other characters in the game, if she gets bit in chapter 4, she can still be bitten in chapter 6, which is weird because later on there are moments where an infection would prevent a werewolf from even attacking you. Not sure why you can potentially be bit 3 times, kind of an overkill. Might have to do with the sequences that play within chapter 4 and chapter 6 only being like 1 hour apart in in-game time. As you can see, in my playthrough I was able to avoid getting bitten in both the arm and the leg, because again, the quick time events and just smash button events, they really aren't that difficult. So unless you make the choice to open a trapdoor in the first choice of the entire sequence, your Emma will not only survive but also be left uninfected. Unless, and here's the moment where not just me but many other people got their Emma infected, and I just can't believe this is willingly intended, and if it is, it's honestly just stupid. If you manage to avoid getting killed or infected in the lower section of the treehouse, you will be presented with a choice at the zipline: real quickly or real slowly. Looking at any of the available scenes or the sequence even being out there, there's only one single difference that it makes when it comes to the gameplay. If you real slowly and don't speed up, Emma will use the zipline and survive. Simple as that. But now if you like I decide to real quickly or speed up after picking slowly first, the only difference that happens is that you will now have to decide between reeling in or jumping, and no matter which of the two you choose, you will need to hit a quick time event to avoid dying by either getting mauled by the werewolf or falling to your death. That's it. That's the only difference that this choice here makes. Yet, if you decide to reel quickly or decide to speed up after choosing slow first, then your Emma will be counted as infected. There is no visible cutscene or moment in this entire final sequence in which you can be bitten, not even that final claw swipe is hitting Emma in any way. I actually also went ahead to chapter 4 after my playthrough and replayed that section and got my Emma purposely infected to compare 2 scenes, where we go down the zipline and we will potentially meet Jacob in the forest. As you can see, in my playthrough one where I avoided being bitten, Emma's arms are clear, while in the one where I got bitten on purpose, the entire lower arm on the left side is bloody due to the injury. Funnily enough though, the sequence in the forest where she shows Jacob her arm looks and plays the exact same.
Wait, it bit you? That little scratch?
Oh. I could have sworn it was much bigger before. Okay, we've got to get out of these woods.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
When did she get bit? Then did think about it and thought maybe there's actually just a cutscene missing in where she does get bit if she chooses wrong up there, but not only is there no space for it whatsoever, but if there's a missing cutscene, that would be just as problematic, to be honest. But it just really makes no sense, because like mentioned, you are presented with the quick time event that you have to do afterwards. So in what moment could she possibly be bitten here? And even if there is a cutscene missing, then it would also be a visual bug, because obviously the blood is missing on your arm as well. So my theory is that the game undergoes a progression error. That basically, if you decide to choose the specific options available here, that the game will alter your progress that you've made, and then once you've started chapter 6, it will no longer count you as having avoided being bitten, but instead will just count you as having gotten bitten in the arm, and will count your Emma as infected. While getting her infected here can lead to a special ending with Jacob in the woods, it can, like in my case, lead to the death of one of your characters. Because if she does transform in the car, where is the blood? We saw the transformation happening and they're bursting out every single point of flesh that they have on their body. How is the car not totally destroyed yet? How did the feral werewolf not just immediately jump out of the damn car and wreak havoc around anybody near to it? You know? And how did Dylan not see that big fat thing in that damn car? Obviously for plot reasons, but it would have made more sense for Emma to fall out of the car in close to transformation condition like we see in chapter 9, then transform while Abigail is close to her, and then have the entire sequence plays as before, in which the player would have also realized much easier that you need to shoot or else your Emma would kill your Abigail. Obvious copium, because again, this fatal mistake will continue to haunt me for many more nights to come. But what do you think? Is this a bug that once you choose that specific option in that final showdown, it leads to the game progress being altered and then, like mentioned, turns your Emma into an infected werewolf? Or did they actually just miss a cutscene in which you can be bitten? Which, as mentioned, would be just as problematic in my opinion. I was debating if this video is necessary, but after seeing how many people encountered similar online, I thought, why not? Now others can find a video to this on YouTube as well and won't wonder whether Emma got infected and potentially ripped apart Abigail or Dylan. I still have 2 more parts of my Quarry playthrough to upload, and after that I already debate to make a potential Wendigo versus Werewolf video where we compare the 2 main monsters of the 2 supermassive games, or even just compare the 2 games in general. Would you be interested to see that? If you are, gladly leave a comment down below to tell me that you are, alongside maybe leaving a like or even a sub if you enjoyed the video and enjoy my content. I hope you have a wonderful day, stay safe, healthy and happy, and see you again soon with the final parts of my Quarry playthrough, much more other gaming content in the future. Thank you for watching.